Okay, so DayZ 1.14 update is out on the experimental branch. It's not live yet, but you can test it if you go to one of the experimental servers on PC and I think on Xbox. So as you can see, they've added toxic zones to the game. Now some of these are static, while some of them dynamically spawn around the map. This one at Riffy seems to be a static spawn from the other servers I've tested. It's always here from what I've seen so far. Now along with these zones, the devs have introduced something called Contamination Disease. Basically, if you enter this zone without the proper gear, you're gonna end up getting sick and coughing uncontrollably, and eventually you're gonna bleed out from a bunch of cuts. Also, they've changed it so that you can't spawn near the static zones now, so I don't even think Riffy is a spawn anymore. The closest ones I got were Bearzino and Svet. Now, this run that I did was on an actual experimental server, so I didn't last very long because I didn't have the gear, but you could see that there were some military gear spawning all around the boat. I'm sure there's a lot more inside the actual cabins of the ship. To help you survive in these zones, you can use a gas mask, and this is the same gas mask that was in the game, but now you can actually remove the filter, and the filter will run out if you keep using it. Also, when you wear the mask, you can see there's a little effect, and that goes for a lot of the other items, as you'll see later on. It's also worth noting that this effect carries over to the third-person perspective. For clothing to take into the zone, you can wear the NBC outfit, and there's a new yellow variation now. There are also new zombies that wear the full NBC outfit, so if you're ever in the zone, keep an eye out for these guys and make sure to not confuse them with your teammates. If you do get exposed to the zone, there is a new antidote that can help you. It's called the POX. If you're having trouble finding this antidote and other medical supplies, you can actually check the Northeast Airfield now because there's a new field hospital added. We do have a new weapon in the game, and it is the FAMAS. You are also able to shoot the FAMAS in burst fire mode if you choose to do so. I thought some people might ask this in the comments, so I tested it out, and no, you cannot add the M4 suppressor to the FAMAS. We also have the addition of the PVS4 night vision scope, which is compatible with the Western weapons. Similar to the gas mask, night vision goggles also have a different effect when wearing them. These visual effects also apply to other headgear such as the combat gas mask, the great helm, the welding mask, and even the bike helmet. If you combine rope and sticks, you can now make trip wires. I wasn't able to actually place this down in offline mode, so I couldn't test it out with grenades and other explosives, so if you guys do test it out, let me know in the comments, because I am curious to see exactly how this now works. If you take wire and combine it with sticks, you can now make a snare trap. I believe this can be used to catch rabbits and chickens, although I haven't 100% tested it out yet. Along with the snare trap, they added a hair carcass, which can be picked up, thrown around, stored in your bag, and you can also skin it to get meat and a pelt. Similar to the hair, there is now a rooster carcass that you can interact with and store, take with you, and skin for food. If you take metal wire and combine it with netting, you can make a fish trap which can be placed in the sea to catch fish. Also, don't forget to add bait to your net. If you take your knife and combine it with your water bottle, you can also make a small fish trap. You can also add bait to this trap as well. Similar to the rooster and the hare, there are also sardines you can pick up and interact with, and there's also new fish called bitterlings. Alright, so if you have a one-handed sharp object and you sneak up behind a zombie, you can now do a stealth kill on them. Bears have slightly improved visual quality and they now have more armor, so good luck to all you survivors out west. I forgot to mention earlier that NBC gear can be repaired with a tire repair kit, so hopefully this is helpful to a lot of you attempting to enter these zones. If a helicopter crash site spawns next to you, you're gonna now hear a sound. They've also added smoke to the Russian helicopter. As always, here are the patch notes, so feel free to pause the video and read up on them on your own time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.